cause y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Trapper.
I flex with you. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. Back in this thing, back in this thing. It's like cracking this thing here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledgeito you're not finna get in nobody's collegeito. Make sure you hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all, stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Hit that like, hit that hype, hit that comment, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that share button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Make sure you tap in. Leave a comment because we're going back to the chili giveaway. So when we get to 31,000 subscribers, we're going to make sure that we pick the best comment between now and 31,000 subscribers. We're going to give you some chili, big dog. So it's important that you comment. It's important that you comment. It's important that you comment. Once we get 31,000 subscribers, we're going to make sure that we let y'all know an exact date and exact time that we will be doing a live to give away that money. You got Cash App, you got Apple Pay, you got Zelle, you got Venmo. Don't worry about it. We're going to make sure you get that chili. Make sure you hit that like button, that comment, that good subscribe button. TNN Trap News Network. We taking it back to the basics, man.
All right, we're going to jump back into this Big U and Rayshawn Williams topic. It done hit the internet again. For y'all who don't know, Rayshawn Williams is the young football player that was found unalive in the Las Vegas desert.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. Back in this thing, like cracking this thing here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use, good knowledgeito you're not finna get in nobody's collegeito. Like, comment, and subscribe. For what we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network, man. It's a beautiful day in the beautiful city of South Central Los Angeles, Slauson and Crenshaw to be specific. We finna give y'all some good news you can use, some knowledge y'all not finna get in nobody's college. You feel me? Finna get into this little content. Real quick before we get into this, notification bell here, all tap in for the latest and the greatest. You, Compton Rick, where I got some things to say about Big U. Finna see exactly what's going on in this YouTube space of ours. Let's get into it. Let's go.
This is one of the cases that Big U is being charged for. This is also one of the cases that he got to beat. If he don't beat this one, it's going to be all bad. He has a trial coming up real soon within the next few months. A lot of people was wondering, how did Wang 100 and 600 know that Big U was going to get charged with some of these cases that he's being charged for? And that's because the mother of Rayshawn Williams, or sister, called Wang 100 and gave him a heads up. We're going to play some of that audio, but before we do that, man, y'all comment, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Well, this is not coming back up. This is old content and old stuff that people are now rehashing because it be slow content day. So it's not like, oh, it's coming back up because something new has happened. No, niggas be bored and have nothing going on in the content space, and they start bringing up old stuff.
Also, hit that hype button. Let's go over there and check this out, man. Let's go. All right, so this content is from Nina Boy page. Let's get to it and see what they're talking about. Let's go.
Shout out to Nina Boy. Give him a like, comment, subscribe.
Well, they told me between me and you, please, between me and you, don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the ending of March, the beginning of April.
All right, so allegedly this is Rayshawn Williams, I believe mother or sister, having a phone conversation with Wag 100, and she's basically saying authorities told her, don't say nothing because we're going to be making an arrest.
Gotcha. I'm going to sit back and watch the show.
Did y'all hear what they said? The prosecution is the same word.
She told Wag, don't say nothing. That nigga records and puts it on the internet. Crazy.
Prosecuted Nipsey Hussle murderers. Because they want some get back. Did y'all catch that?
Yes, I did.
That don't make no sense neither. Because how could this be the same? Okay, so this is where the lies commit at. How could the same prosecutor who prosecuted the Nipsey Hussle murder be the same prosecutor of the Rayshawn Williams murder when one happened in Vegas, the other one happened in Los Angeles, California? So prosecutors are stipulated to a county, you feel me? Or within a state. And then you have the federal prosecutor that's obviously blah, blah, blah. But the federal prosecutor has nothing to do with this Nipsey Hussle. That was a state and that was a local situation. So Wag saying that the dude who the prosecutor for Rayshawn Williams is the same as Nipsey Hussle, that doesn't make sense because that happened in Las Vegas. So even if it was a state prosecutor, it will still be Nevada versus California. That can't be the same thing. Two things can't be true at the same time when it comes to that.
Hell yeah. What's poppin', everybody? Back with another video. On this video, we got an exclusive. Whack 100 is reacting to the breaking news that Big U, Brick Baby, and Loose Cannon all got arrested in a Rolling 60s Crip takedown. Yes, this is a...
All right, wait. So that's the audio of Rayshawn Williams' mama, right?
Please, between me and you, don't tell.
Okay, cool. So let me get up out of there. All right, that's the wrong one. That's on me, y'all. Hold on. Well, that was one of the conversations that we heard. I believe that was on one of the Clubhouse TV reaction channels. Rayshawn Williams' mother, allegedly, that was who that's supposed to be.
If you've ever heard the phrase check in, you probably pictured a street rule, not a federal case file. But in this indictment, prosecutors describe an alleged system where certain people, artists, athletes, hustlers, anyone with money, were expected to make a call before moving around Los Angeles. And
now, that was a thing that was so, you know, highly publicized that niggas can't even deny this check-in ish. Niggas can make it seem like they want to make it seem, make it feel like they want to make it feel, but that check-in ish was that check-in ish, and it was so widely publicized, and so spoken upon out loud that, you know, it is what it is. You feel me?
That call allegedly came with a price, and that's the first twist. The government isn't painting this as one bad incident or one messy argument. They're describing an enterprise, a crew with roles, rules, and a business model. Not just muscle, but image. Not just fear, but influence. Podcasts, interviews, community programs, stuff that looks clean on camera, mixed with allegations that get very ugly behind the scenes. At the center is Eugene Henley Jr., better known as Big U, described as a rolling 60s OG and the alleged leader of what prosecutors call the Big U Enterprise. They also named Sylvester Robinson, Vay, as an alleged underboss and enforcer, and Mark Martin, Bear Claw, as a trusted lieutenant tied to a custom car shop and the label side of the operation. Now here's what makes people lean in. Prosecutors claim this whole case has two faces. The public face is community, protection, mentorship, keeping the peace. The other face, according to the indictment, is extortion, robberies, fraud, and intimidation. All held together by a reputation that made people think twice before saying no. And before we even get to the money, the indictment anchors the story around a Vegas trip that prosecutors say changed everything. A music studio, a rising artist, a confrontation that started as business and allegedly ended as a fatal night. So the real question isn't just what happened. The question is, why would anyone risk building a whole public brand if the private side could bring federal heat? Because once you see the Vegas timeline, the rest of this case reads like dominoes.
Again, so notice how even though boy telling the story or doing a narration is saying everything is involved in Vegas, so there's no way that the same prosecutor from the Nipsey Hussle situation could be the same prosecutor in this, because Vegas versus Los Angeles, you feel me?
Picture this. You're an artist trying to get your moment. You fly to Las Vegas for a studio session connected to a Grammy-winning producer. Your travel and Airbnb are arranged through your label, Unique Music. Everything looks like a regular work trip until it doesn't. According to the indictment, in January 20...
And remind y'all, the man is innocent until proven guilty. All this stuff is internet talk. We haven't seen one lawyer, one investigator come on here yet and prove the man guilty. So all this stuff is just internet content that we doing a reaction to. So the man is innocent until proven guilty.
21, Big U allegedly used influence and reputation to arrange for a unique music artist, identified as RW, to record at that Las Vegas studio. An employee handled the flight in the Airbnb, so the artist could work for a week, normal on paper. Then prosecutors say the energy shifted. Big U and Vay allegedly drove from Los Angeles to Las Vegas because they felt the artist wasn't producing, wasting studio time, and showing...
I don't think that's a reason to take nobody out to get...
Yeah, I think that was probably something deeper than that. I think that this is at this point, we're just dealing with speculation because somebody wasting studio time and not producing. So you mean to tell me this nigga's not producing, he's wasting studio time, so you're gonna take 4 hours out of your life and drive to Vegas? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. It's probably a bigger issue was brewing, and then it kind of just went from there.
I know a lot of people that waste studio times. I see a whole bunch of people just in the studio sitting up in there. They ain't recorded one song. So I don't see that. I don't see this being a legitimate reason for somebody to take somebody's life.
Disrespect to unique music, and by extension, disrespect to the enterprise. The indictment claims Big U showed up at the Airbnb around 2 a.m. asking why the artist hadn't been at the studio the day before. A few hours later, the artist records at the studio. So if you're watching at home, you're thinking,
yeah, so that's for sure AI voice, because instead of saying records, he said records. So again, this is just Lou Flannery.
okay, tension, pressure, maybe a heated argument, but the indictment frames it as something darker, because what happens next is about control. Prosecutors say that just after midnight, Big U's phone stopped reporting location, like they were turned off or put into airplane mode, while in the vicinity of the studio.
He was probably with his girl. You know, you with your girl, you chilling, you cut your phone. I'm tired of people calling, I'm gonna cut my phone off. You know, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like I say, I wasn't there. I'm just saying that's something that, you know, the average person to do, turn their phone off. You know what I mean? What do y'all think in the comments?
In 2026, it's uncommon for people to cut their phone off.
Section, if y'all think different. I don't know. Like I say, I wasn't there, but that's something that dudes do.
Then, the artist is driven back to the Airbnb. Not long after, around 1:20 a.m., the artist allegedly leaves the Airbnb early, suitcase packed, and gets into the same car. That detail is sneaky important. Early checkout, luggage, 1 day before a scheduled flight home. It reads like someone leaving in a hurry, but not necessarily by choice. And then, the car heads north of Las Vegas, toward an area near the Apex Regional Landfill, before eventually turning back. That's where prosecutors want you to pause, because from this point on, the story stops sounding like music business and starts sounding like a disappearance.
All right, let's stop here. Now, y'all know these people not slow, right? If that's the case, they don't even need your phone. I done seen these people already know exactly how to get you, how to catch you. So it's nothing that a podcaster, anybody on the internet.
No, that's not true. That's not true. You can't say that it's nothing that nobody on the internet could do, because we see what happened with Loose Cannon. We see exactly what happened with Loose Cannon.
Can say they not even gonna even pay a lot of y'all no attention if they already got you dead bang. The vehicles that you get in, they already got GPS on these vehicles. So whatever vehicle you drive in, it'll tell on you, because I think I just did a reaction of somebody who got cracked because of their car GPS. They don't need your cell phones.
Here's the part that makes the indictment feel like a thriller. Prosecutors don't just describe an outcome, they describe a route. They say Big U drove north with RW toward the Apex Regional Landfill area. Then, a short time...
Who was they? Who was they? You saying they said, who was they?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of times dudes put these AI voices on that sound super, like super serious, so people forget that that's not actually like a real law enforcement. You feel me? It's just like a really deep AI voice. You get what I'm saying? Niggas forget that's not actually any type of law enforcement. Well, they say blah blah blah, but because you put this super serious, like military agent type voice on it, it makes it more like, no, my nigga, that's not how that shit go.
Hey, hopefully they ain't nobody that he know. It all come out when that trial come out. I keep on hearing people say they. Who was they?
Time later, they say he drove back south.
They say he drove back. Who was they? Who was these days? Where's y'all getting this information from?
Who are these days? Who are they?
Toward Las Vegas.
Who are these people?
Around 2:15 a.m., prosecutors claim both of Big U's phones started reporting location again.
Also, I guess he's reading from the paperwork, the transcripts or whatever they have regarding this.
Suggesting they were turned back on or taken
How much more time is left in this? It's not that much more time left.
out of airplane mode. Minutes later, they say Big U called Vay, who was still at the studio. Then Big U returns to the studio and allegedly tells an employee he had gone to the gym. But prosecutors place a brutal contrast right beside that gym explanation. They say RW was found.
I'ma say this, man. Every street dude that's in the streets, if he hustling, if that's his way out the ghetto, then I think he did his job. One of his sons is a professional football player. You know, if he done did what all his kids seem like they went to college. One of them is rest in peace to him. But for the majority, the rest of them that we see, they doing good.
Yeah.
You know, once you done did your job like that, you know what, I can sit back and do the rest of my time. I did the crime, I do my time. It is what it is.
Yeah, but don't nobody want to do that much time. Big U was like 60. So for him, anything past 5 to 10 years is essentially a life sentence. With that all being said, man, y'all catch the rest of this excuse me, on Common Direct Rock and or Nina Boy's channel. We up out here to the next one, red dot to the left. You know the rest.
Protest the air, Smith. We on the air, protest the air at our best. You know that, man. Off the air. You know what I'm saying? We out here, ground zero for the neighborhood hero. We got all four corners. TMC, the marathon definitely continue. Mr. Burger right here, live in the flesh. We out here, man. Trap knows. You know that, nigga.
Apollo Jackson. Dangerous. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops, check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let them hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's outside, nigga.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboards. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Niggas hella fake, I know we're enemies' intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm an aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.